We hope to build a more comprehensive ecosystem for the development of the financial sector in Bangladesh. The process has already started, but to accelerate it further, of cashless or less cash, but we certainly want to do that. Secondly, we want to include everybody in the financial system. Now, as part of that, we want to exploit, as I mentioned in other occasions also, we want to exploit every channel available to us. Every channel. That means we already have our banking system. We know that banks have their own strengths as well as limitations. That's why we complemented it with the agent banking network of the banks, so they can reach out to more people, more villages, more areas, more served by the traditional bank network or sub-branch network. That has gone quite a distance. We also have our own microcredit network in Bangladesh, and the microcredit system in Bangladesh institutions cover about 40 million customers across the country, and they have a long tradition reaching out to the bottom of the. So they are also part of the system. We also connect them with this interoperable system. We also have the traditional instruments like credit cards, debit cards, and so on, which will remain and which will be expanded as well as part of this process. We call it tap and pay or this or that, whatever, but this is another set of technology which will be carried forward by our banks and their partners. We also try to promote and expand and connect the mobile financial system network with the interoperable system, so that banks, financial institutions, MFS, and microcredit institutions all are connected, along with the nearest destination, all the stores, all the households, and all the shopkeepers, whichever whoever is engaged in taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and so on, all should be connected into one large system operating across the country. The volume of payments is astonishing. I was surprised very fast. You have to know the volume of daily transaction of US dollar payments globally used to be $3 trillion. $3 trillion. That was about 10, 15 years. Then it increased to $5 trillion. Then it increased to $7 trillion. Today I am looking at the internet and it is $9.6 trillion. Daily. It's not monthly, it's not yearly. It's daily, 9.6. What is it? 9.6. The global GDP is about 100 trillion. So that means 10% of global GDP is transacted every day. So the payment system, only in dollar, huge volume of activity. So the payment system's potential is, I don't know how many fold, because if GDP is 1 trillion and global exchange in US dollar is 9.7 trillion daily and GDP is 1 trillion annually. Imagine this is 2.some zillion, 2,000 trillion. So that means, I don't know how many times of GDP. So the potential for payment systems to develop, if you look at it from the output to the volume of payments, is multiple of hundreds and more. That's what it is. And it shows the potential that can be captured through this payment system. So I want to emphasize that we want to realize that objective. That means the Bangladesh GDP is 400 million, it's 450 million or 470 million, say 500. Another 100 times, or say 70 times, 60 times. I don't know how many trillion it comes in terms of actual volume of transaction. It should be present. So, it's the sky's the limit. The potential is huge. I think we have not been able to bring into the formal sector. We are still dependent on the cash. Cash is not going to take us there. Cash is limited, cash is corruption prone, cash is limited, hiding things is the instrument for hiding. It is opaque, it's not transparent, we have to move on. So, the way to do it is to move towards the cashless society and towards the interoperable payment system that makes every transaction from anybody, every individual to institution, individual, institution to institution, G2P, B2B, C2P, any person to any other